moved up. All right, second quarter action here on Essendon VFL Radio. The umpire holds the ball aloft. We have Ivan Marrick and Sam Michael doing the ruck work. Marrick gets it. Comes out for the Tigers. Kick forward by Andrew Moore. Tigers trying to work the ball forward. Marrick follows up. Big tackle. That ball was just given. Mark on. Good work by Tom Wallace. Comes out the back to Ashby. Quick kick off the boot. Dirty old bounce. It's picked up for the Tigers here by Broad. Goes one way, comes back the other, kicks into the middle. Tigers have got the numbers. Andrew Moore goes out wide. Oh, ball spilt. Aaron Francis is all over him. Merritt goes past the footy. Quick handball to Schroeder. Back out to Jake Long. Quick hands. Wallace. McNeese. He goes out wide. Dons first to the footy. No, they can't. Richmond just keep it in. Now Richmond. Spearing kick up forward. Liam McBean. He's outside 50. Dons in the plum spot. Aaron Heppel doesn't muck about. Goes out wide. Jackson Merritt. Outside defensive 50. But he's spotted up Scholl for the Tigers. Scholl decides to switch play. Richmond, Castagna in half-back. On the left boot. Kicks to centre wing. Now the Tigers just trying to make up their mind. Jacob Townsend. Townsend. They go for, he's not sure which way to go. They go forward into the centre. Spearing mark. Good work there by Marcon. Adam Marcon. Spearing kick. Aaron Francis. Rocker Gibraltar will bring the ball back for the Bombers.
So Francis, who just continues to grow with every minute he's out there, comes across to Ashby. Nice kick. Finds Comer, who wanted to release McKenna, but has got them into a bit of trouble momentarily. Heppel's going to be asked to go and do the dirty work here. He mops up nicely. Finds McKenna by hand. Down the line, misses the target. Schroeder just not quite tall enough for that one. And Marrick not quite short enough to bend down and pick it up in the nick of time, but Moore was there to lend support. Eads laid a good tackle, but it is Richmond who come away with it. Langford just darts away. His kick was affected as he was tackled, so the bounce of the footy at half forward suits at half back suits the Bombers long. Under a bit of trouble there, but only everyone else was panicked about it. Freezer tackled over the line. I reckon it might be one or the other.
Ooh. Free kick to the Bombers.
Gee. Takes some explaining, but we'll take it on Essendon VFL Radio as Long receives the mark and finds Ashby at half-back in his defensive 50. Heads across the outer side of the ground. That's good stuff from Merritt. Just sat and waited, took the chest mark, through the middle to Comer. He got it away to McNeese. The run of the Bombers is impressive here. Schroeder gets it 55 from home. It's a shocking kick off the boot. Redmond's right on the goal line. Just got a touch on it. And in the end, he might have allowed it to go through. That's the Bombers' first blemish of the evening. 2-1-13 to Richmond 1-6-12.
Castagna in the back pocket for the Tigers. Georgie goes to play on but slips. He's on the punt road side of the ground, puts it in short, misses the target. Hams kicks it on the left boot. I reckon he's got it. Willie, you beauty. Through for a goal, the Dons. Wilbur Hams, the Bombers move on to 3-1-19 on the Essendon VFL Radio scoreboard. The Tigers are 1 goal, 6-12. We're 4 minutes in to the second quarter.
Oh, was it?
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, a bit more of a lively start for Essendon, who must be said have struggled in the opening 10 minutes of quarters in the last little while. Port Adelaide lead by 39 points at the 27-minute mark of the last quarter, so they've done a job on Melbourne.
Tipster's nightmare.
They're reliably unreliable, aren't they? Ball to be set down in the middle. Michael and Marrick. Good tussle between those two. Marrick just hoofed it forward. Gained his side 25 metres. Ball to be won at ground level. Ashby. He's been set on by a couple of Richmond players. They can't hold him up. He goes back for another effort. Too high that time. And Ashby will take it at centre half back.
He's been good, Leedsy.
Yep.
Ashby.
Yeah. Bit of traffic in his area of the ground. He's handled it pretty well. He goes on his right boot, looking for, and not quite getting Schroeder. 2-on-1 in the air, knocked away at ground level. Heppel's there, got it back to Ashby, who followed up. He just flares this, looking for Long. On the outer side, this is a good old-fashioned 1-on-1 initially, and it's going to be Richmond who come away with it. Markov around the body on his right boot. Francis sits underneath it, and he's reading that footy nicely. And he's Aaron. He's taken yet another intercept mark, and he's going to go away on his right boot. And he's going to look for, but can't find Comma, but he was taken off the footy. It'll be an Essendon ball, slightly attacking side of centre wing. Cars flying past on front road.
Traffic update.
Comma just goes on his right boot. Wasn't too much purpose, just looking for something from Michael. It was knocked away. Gale's there for Richmond. Got it over the top here. Chance for Townsend. He's taken over the line. Comma came flying through but missed the target with the body. He bounces up and he'll go to work again. They'll toss it in half forward. Essendon attacking, leading 19-12. 5.5 gone. Second term.
Ball thrown in. Sammy, Michael and Marrick wrestle. Kick forward. Fire the Bombers. Bouncing the wrong way through for a behind. I think that was Ashby. Tom Wallace that was, who got that one through. Bit of luck would have bounced the other way. Score check, 20 plays 12. Bombers leading. Scholl to bring the ball in. Big thumping left boot. Kicks it out to half back. Tigers mark through Jacob Ballard. Ballard on the right boots. Kicks to centre wing.
Oh.
Aaron Francis. The more I see him, the more I like him. Jackson Merritt, he squares it up. Merritt looks forward. He's got a man picked out. Comes over the back. Here we go for Hams. And he can't get it. Boundary line beats him. Good little crowd in the forward pocket of Punt Road. Crowd certainly enjoying a curtain raiser to the main game later tonight. Marrick. Ball. This is Grimley. Long. Castagna for the Tigers. They lay the tackle. McKenna. Vice-like. Long, quick hands. Gets it over to Yeston Eads round the corner. Eads gets a goal. Beautiful work by Long and Eads. And the Bombers, they move on to 4-2-26. The Tigers are 1 goal, 6-12. We are 7 minutes in to the second term on Essendon VFL Radio. And the Bombers just starting to push it out a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like the game's been a little cleaner in this second term, and Essendon the beneficiaries. Of course, Richmond had their opportunities early in that first term at one stage. 0-6 wasn't the ideal start for them. We won't complain. 26-12. 8 gone, second term. Good to see a well-filled Jackdye stand, and the pockets just filling up down there as well. Piet's in the middle, trying to work his way through traffic. Couldn't quite. Came out the back. Chance for McLeod. He goes with his right boot. Dangerous ball inside the 50.
Ooh.
Richmond were all in the air. Who's at the ground? It's the Bombers. McKenna working tirelessly. In fact, it's heavy side. He's trying to get it out, but he couldn't. That was good stuff. Castagna got it away. Quick chain of handballs. Finishes back with Castagna. He goes down the line. There's not going to be a mark here. Ashby has to go to work at ground level. He did well initially, but was knocked off the footy. It came to Laguda. He goes on his right boot. Short ball. Worked okay. Merritt on the end of it. He's going to go on his right. Inside the 50. Can they get the mark? Grimley had it knocked away. Good stuff from Gale. And they'll toss it in. 40 around from the point post. Essendon attacking and leading 26-12. 9 gone in this second term.
Jackson Merritt getting plenty of the footy so far in this game. Up they go. Tapped out. Piet for Essendon at the bottom of the pack. And Andrew Moore on top of him. They just discuss the aftermatch as they give the ball back to the umpire. And off we go again. Grimley and Marrick. Grimley with the tap. Comes out to Jake Long. Good hands to McKenna. Can't take the footy. Eads wraps up the tackle. Spins him round. Ball breaks clear. Now the ball comes out for the Bombers. Pitt. Quick hands. Intercepted by Andrew Moore. He kicks to centre wing. But the Dons through Aaron Heppel have got it. Now they kick inside 50. Looking for hands at the back. Can't get it. Richmond Good work through Jaden Short. Kicks into the centre square. Tigers have got the numbers. Now they've got the footy. Need to be clean. Now they work the ball free. Take a bounce. Run round. Conker. Kicks inside 50. Move those poles for me, Leedsy. They kick forward through Callum Moore. It's long, long, long. Ball spilt. Sammy Michael lays off the handball. Francis on the left hand. Laguda. Handball's wide. They're cool in a crisis, the Dons. They kick to centre wing. Richmond intercept. Trying to send the ball back from whence it came. They square it up. Tigers kick forward through Gale. They're on centre wing, punt road side. Now the long kick inside 50. The big men fly. Spills out Francis. He's quick with hands. I'm loving it. Aaron Heppel, right foot. Goes out wide to Jack Merritt. He decides to go to Laguda over the top. He doesn't muck about. He's got Redmond on the run.
Might be Holmes, I think.
Holmes. He decides to go backwards. Now the Bombers through Jackson Merritt. Got a man on half forward in comma. Lays off the handball. Might have sold him into a bit of trouble. And he was. Richmond get the resultant free kick and play on straight away. This is marked by Scott. Scott at true centre half back. He squares up. Switches play sideways. Jaden Short on the left hand handball. Gets it across to Drummond. Castanja caught by Jakey Long. Is he rewarded? Yes, he is. Good work, Longy. That's what we like to see, right on top of the Tiwi Island, or the Torres Strait Island flag. Good work.
He needed to. He missed the last tackle, so he'd be thrilled to stick that one. He was a lot more determined to bring his man to ground, and he got him. And now he's going to go with his right boot to half forward over the head of Holmes. Richmond with a chance to defend at ground level. Heavy side's got a tackle. A little handball comes away to Morris, and away they go through the middle of Punt Road. And now they go through Butler, who received the handball from McBean, goes inside the 50. Elton's got the sit. He's just got to be patient and clean here. He's got time to assess. Goes on his right boot and misses to the right-hand side. Ooh. Might have just got away with another one there. Bombers, as Long goes with his right boot. That's neat enough. Finds Laguda. They're off to the races at half back here. Can they be clean? Hams gets on the end of it and takes the mark underneath the scoreboard. He wants to go more central. Oh, that won't work. Conker takes the mark. Turnovers on for Richmond. There's space and time if they're clean. Handball over the top's a good one here. Sets them up across half forward. Beautiful delivery from Drummond. Quickly on to McBean, who goes to the pocket, and the mark isn't taken. Ball to be won at ground level. Good stuff, Ashby. Got it away to Schroeder. Left foot kick around the corner. Wallace has got to sit underneath it. Drummond had the better look at it, and he takes the mark at half forward.
Solid citizen, Nathan Drummond, former Murray Bushranger. He's a big unit. Kicks forward. Ball slapped away. Peart for the Bombers. Trying to clear it. Solid tackle, and that ain't going anywhere. The umpire will ball it up. Score check, 26 plays 13. We're 13 and a half minutes in. We're 55 metres out from the Tigers' goal, and they're kicking to the Brunton Avenue end of Punt Road. Ball has moved all of 2.5 metres. The ball will repeat again. Good crowd of players around the ball. Tapped out, solid tackle by Peart. And again, we've moved a couple of more spots to the left. Mark on, the last man to get up with the ball. That's not the first time that's happened. Good tap out. And I wonder if that, no cries of deliberate for the ruckman, just tapping it towards the boundary line. Fence is ringed with people, with supporters. Ball thrown in. Michael for Essendon. Schroeder just sort of taps it onto his boot and kicks a big up and under. Ball comes to centre wing. Whistle blown. And there's a free kick to the Bombers. Might have been just off the footy. Sam Heavyside. Heavy side. He's right on the centre line, inside the square. Heavy side. Long kick over the back. Oh, they muck themselves up, Richmond. They had the ball in shoal. Now, sensational smother by Hams. Ball taken by Hand. Schroeder. He kicks it round the corner, just stopped on the line. That would have been sensational football. Nathan Broad just saw it over the line, and the Bombers move on to 4-3-27. The Tigers are 1-7-13 as Richmond mark on the halfback flank.
And Langford thought about going, got the wrong man. Long was standing the mark. He got laid a good tackle, and the pressure was good enough. They force it over where the arc meets the boundary line. 14 points the margin, 15.5 gone second term at Punt Road Oval. In the end, it's really a good night for footy. Soldo against Grimley, knocked away. Good tackling again in the middle. McLeod, the man, it might be Holmes, I fancy, who's going to emerge with the footy should he not give it up. Yeah, he's got it. He just pulled himself up in the nick of time, and now he'll take the shot on goal. 45-degree angle. He'll kick from inside the arc, and the first game up with a chance for his first goal.
We've got our fingers crossed for him, Natalie.
Approaches steady. Right foot kick. Starts right. Brings it back. Oh. Just hit the post. I reckon he read it better than anyone else who's had a shot from there so far this afternoon. 28-13, 16.5 gone, second term.
Short for Richmond, brings it in. Castagna. Long kick to centre wing. Attractive footy to watch. Plenty of Bombers there, but repelled by Heppel, who gets it to Laguda, who gets it to Peart. Kick to centre wing. Good interception for the Tigers. Now the tackle. Bit too vociferous, says the umpire, against Hams. And the resultant free kick will go to Gale. He decides to switch play. Goes back a hell of a long way. This will be marked by Broad. Oh, bumped off the ball. The Bombers are a bit of a show here. They handball backwards. Connor McKenna hops on the bike. He lets fly to the left for a point. The eyes lit up. Gave it every opportunity.
Starting to become wasteful now.
4-5-29. 1-7-13. Tigers work it to the Punt Road side of the ground.
Saints lead the Dockers 27-6 early going.
Close to the boundary line, and it was out in the full. Peart will take the resultant free kick for the Dons. He's got a man in the pocket, and he's spotted him up. This is Langford. He's a left footer, so he's on the right. He's on the right side for a left footer. He will kick from about 44 metres out. He's just near the left-hand lane on Punt Road. He comes in. Jackie Langford. Kicks. Goal umpire. Just moves to his left and through for another behind. Bombers move it on. 4-6-30, 1-7-13. We're 18.5 minutes in to the second quarter here on Essendon VFL Radio.
So 4-6-30. Essendon just in control at the minute. Haven't been able to quite put it on the board. Richmond suffering the same fate in the early term. Long ball, big flies here, but Francis strong again in front. Wow. Head to the highlights tape during the week, Bomber fans. You'll enjoy what you're seeing here. Laguda takes the mark in the middle of the ground, looking for something to present. There's some space. He ignores that and goes longer to Langford against Scholl, who's got to go to work second time round here. Langford, the boundary line, ever present, and they will throw it in just about where the arc meets the boundary line. Right in front of a well-populated can bar here at Punt Road Oval. All utilised this afternoon too. Sort of night you really need a stubby holder to accompany the cold drink as Richmond work it out through Moore. Butler got around Ashby just. Marcon's off to the races now, goes with his right boot. And that was a clever little kick. Set it out in front of Drummond across the face to space. He just takes his time, picks up the loose ball, heads the half forward where Elton kept working for him. And that was nice transition of the footy. Elton has it 70 from home. Waiting for something to present. He goes into the pocket, and it's a nice mark on the burst. Good stuff for Richmond. They've moved it nicely for Ballard. He only had a metre, but made the most of it. Now, Heppel standing the mark 47 metres out, 1 metre in from the boundary line in front of Richmond Station. It would take some kicking. Comes around, he's called to play on. This one's not going to get the distance. Francis with the sit through the hands. He had a bit of pressure that time. Comes to Ashby via hand. And again, Drummond is in the right place at the right time, and he takes it on his chest. He chips over the top. Oh, he was trying to thread the eye of the needle there. Couldn't quite. Came to Richmond off hands. Butler, long kick to the top of the square. Essendon have numbers. Francis gets a fist in. Knocked to ground. Mark on. Well tackled after picking up the footy. Ball to be won. McKenna does so. Gets it to long to heavy side. Out the back to Francis. He's under all sorts of pressure, so he just hacks it off the ground. Got it to Eads. That'll do. Down the line he goes, but it's chopped off. Richmond with the possession. And again, Ballard will take the mark. This time with a much better angle to work with, but he will kick from outside the arc.
He's a solid citizen too, Jacob Ballard, former Northern Knight. Many Northern Knights playing for the Tigers. 189.
2 goals from his 2 games in 2016. He gets everything out of what he can before he kicks it, but it's short to the right. Scrummage of play. Players head towards the line. There's a claim on a goal, and I reckon it's going to be paid here. Umpires conferring. The first thing they need to do is get rid of the players, and it's all clear. I reckon it might be Butler.
We'll give it to Butler.
Who was in the right place at the right time and just toe-poked it from half a centimetre out. So Richmond makes something of nothing. 2-7-19, Essendon 4-6-30, 22 gone, second term.
11 points in. A bit of a reward for effort there, Richmond. They were peppering, and Bombers really need to defend at that goal line as it squeezed out. We're back in the middle. Sammy Michael. He's up against Ivan Maddock. Jackson Merritt, Chris Peart, Nick Comer in the middle for the Dons. Up they go. Good work by Peart. Works it back onto his left side. Kicks deep inside 50. They spoil each other, the Tigers. Now here's a chance. It gets out to Redmond. He snaps it. Goal. Behind, just to the right-hand side. 4-7-31. They lead it by 2 goals. 2-7. 2 goals, 7-19. Richmond to bring the ball back in. This is Tom Langford. He surveys the area, kicks to himself, comes to the grandstand side. Langford sinks the slipper. Comes up, defensive punch, but Marrick, too big, too strong. He marks it on half-back. He goes in short, and he finds McBean. McBean, he kicks short as well. Not sure that was 15 metres. And the kick is smothered off the boot. Dron's trying to work it clear, and now they do. Need to be quick. Need to be neat. They work close in. Hams. Left foot. Kicks. And that is out on the full. Richmond to bring the ball back in through Broad. In the shadows of half-time. Broad kicks. Up and under. Marrick again. Gets front posse. The 2 number 20s. Oh, caught high. And the resultant free kick goes to Richmond. This is Anthony Scott. He's on half-back in front of a full Jack Dyer stand. Ball kick to centre wing. Third in line's marked it. This is Callum Moore. Moore decides to switch play. Not sure all the supporters are in agreement, Sleadsy, with the style. Castagna kicks in. They switch play completely. Tigers go to the outer centre wing. Now it doesn't come off. McKenna His ball is lost to Adam Marcon. Tackle Castagna. Drummond for Richmond. Now it's inside 50. Good punch by Freezer. Marrick picks up the loose ball. Gets the ball out somehow. Snap. No, they decide to set it up. And that's good play. Good play by the Tigers. Mark taken by Jacob Townsend. And he will line up from 43 metres out. Near enough directly in front. Probably an angle of about 10 or 15 degrees. And this to put them within the solitary kick. Jacob Townsend. Just getting towards dusk in Melbourne. The lights are on the cars going up Punt Road. Townsend in. Comes in, kicks. Goal umpire hardly moves. Appreciative Tiger crowd as Jacob Townsend puts on Richmond's third. They move on to 3 goals, 7-25. The Bombers are 4-7-31. And we are 26 minutes into the second quarter here on Essendon VFL Radio.
Good game of footy developing here. All of a sudden, a few little errors starting to be punished. 6 points the difference, 3-7 to 4-7. Goal kicking hasn't been the strength of the evening so far. The players look like they're adjusting now as we approach half-time. A little bit of feeling in the middle still. Hams and Townsend just letting each other know that they're there. In the middle, Marrick got it down. Moore taken off the footy by Piet, allowed to go on Conker, was there to mop it up, got the handball away, in all sorts of trouble initially with Shorty, just got around his man, little shuffle, did the trick, got it away to Langford, and that set Richmond up to go to half forward. McBean, again Ashby has to do the work on a big man. They just don't have much height to compete in that back 50, and McBean takes it at half forward, looking for something to present. He's going to go with a high ball. Just pulls the kick, looking for the big men to fly. They did, but no one could take the mark. Silvestro couldn't quite take it away, but he did get the footy in his hands, and then he was unceremoniously dumped into the turf. So even though he's in a game, Michael, having done the tackling, knocks it down. Moore's there. Intriguing half of footy here at Punt Road Oval. Richmond 3-7-25, trail Essendon 4-7-31. That second term went 27.5 minutes.